Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And we're in a great one right now, and that is Distant Worlds 2. This is our Let's Play tutorial. This is episode number 4, and we're going to continue down the path of learning the game here and playing along a little bit as much as we can. And when I left you last time, we had just gotten the warp fields, and this is the kind of watershed moment of the early game. You can finally buzz around your solar system a little bit because we will now have warp drives, and it increases the distance you can jump. And how you could, well, you don't have to move through space. You can jump through space. That's kind of self-explanatory. Okay, so we've now researched this, and before we get into that a little bit, I just want to click up here, and you can see we are now researching early energy deflectors. It automatically clicks over there because we had it queued up. That's going to take 2.5 years. You can also see here, when we had the research breakthrough, we got a new scientist. So we have a new character that we will go deal with. I thought, well, before I get going here, I just want to point out down here, this is our gas giant. These are the rings around it. I'm very zoomed in here. I just wanted to point out that down here, this is always so helpful. If you get lost in the game, if you want to go to your spaceport, you could click here. You can see all 11 ships that are currently in this system, whether they be civilian or state ships. You can also see our home planet. We have a home moon, but this is the planet we go around. You can go there, and you can just double-click these at any time. So let's go back to Trawaz. That is our home moon, and if we zoom back out, there we go. Okay, now then, we've got early warp field. Early warp field experiments research completed. We have completed research in early warp field experiments. Okay, I think you just said that. This project provides the following advances. The skip drive. I'm going to dismiss that for a second. And what I'm going to do is go up here to our Empire tab, and I'm going to go down to Preferences. And why am I doing that? Well, I want to go to Construction and show you something. We currently have ship and base design automated. So the minute we get that warp drive, the game, the AI, is automatically going to work that into the template of the ship. And that's why I showed you templates last time. So you would have an idea of what I was talking about, which is now that template is going to change, and that's going to happen automatically. Now, we could manually be doing all of our ship and base design, but at the early point and when you first start playing this game, I would highly recommend against it. We're going to automate it, and that's going to mean any of the ships that the AI thinks should upgrade to a warp drive will do so. Now, there are some ships it's going to think it's an unnecessary cost, like certain mining ships, cargo ships, things that are civilian in nature. It may not think that it's worth upgrading some of those. It may, or it may not. We're on automated at this point, but all of the state ships will upgrade, okay? There's another way to look at that as well, but I wanted to show you that's because of our preferences. If you notice that you have research warp drives and all of a sudden nobody's got a warp drive, you may have this on manual under construction. Okay, let's get out of that. And let's go down to a scout ship, the Jubilant Express. It's got no mission, but if you look over here to the left, so if we go down the ship, you can see the hull is here, any shields are out here, fuel, energy, stuff we'll get into later on. Down here, we've got Refuel and Repair. So this, if you click on this, it will go to the closest place that this ship could refuel and repair. And we do have it on manual, so we're going to have to do this stuff, right? The templates have already upgraded. The AI has already done that. Why do I know that? Because it says here, retrofit the navigator for 170 credits. So the template has changed. Anytime you're able to retrofit, that would be because the ship design, the basic template ship design, has upgraded. And so, yes, we want to do that. We're manually controlling the scout ships, so we want them to go get these warp drives so they can get going out into space. And if we go to exploration down here and we go to our 3 different scout ships that we now have. The Jubilant Empress, we just said, retrofit there. Let's go to the Shirley Expedition. We will also, oh, this maybe already got one because it was building. As we completed that research, it's possible. We'll see when we hit play if it allows us to retrofit, but it could be that it's already got the latest design. The Weary Peril, though, was the first one we built. We know it doesn't. We'll retrofit that as well. Okay? And then let's go to our construction ships. Construction, he said. There we go. Let's go to our construction ships. Go right there. And we have the Lavish Splendor. Okay, I would say usually you would think construction ships. Is that something I should put a warp drive on? Yes, they are going to be going all over the place, and you're going to want them to warp. Now, it could be that this one again has already, it was already integrated into the design when the Lavish Splendor came off the assembly line because it was close, right? But the Sneaky Renegade, the first one we had, it was not. And we'll click on that. And now when we hit play, and I'm going to go just to regular speed here. I had sped it up to get us to warp drive. Now that that's happened, you'll see here come the ships. They're all going to come in to the spaceport to retrofit. Now, the spaceport can only handle so many ships at a time, but you can see we got two different places where they can dock, and so they're heading in here. It's kind of cool, right? They're heading in here to dock and retrofit. And that happens, we're manually controlling our ships, so we have to click that. If you had that on automation, the game would automatically do that for you. Okay, so if you had this on auto, fully automate, it would do that for you. Um, let's see what we have popped up over here. Oh, the new scientist appears. Okay, well, let's go to characters. All right, and we'll go down here, our list of characters, and you can see our leader. Let's look at Voss Sarafu first, and you can see as we've been playing, so we're only about, we're in October now, we're about 9 or 10 months into the game, he has gained other traits. You may remember he was sober, okay, he doesn't like to go out and drink the bantha juice. He's labor oriented, and he's an industrialist, okay? And you can hover over these, and it will tell you exactly what that does for you. Negative 5% population growth. Boo. Negative 5% colony happiness. Boo. Plus 5% colony income, plus 5 ship construction speed, plus 5% facility construction speed, okay? And in industrialist, you can see what that is. We get a plus 20 mining rate. So that's really good, right? I mean, we want to see that. Excellent. And then you can go up here and see from his traits all of the bonuses we're getting and also any progress he's making on his skills. Now, he can't upgrade things he just gets from a trait, but basic skills that he's picked up here, he can progress to further levels, which will boost that up a little bit. Where is he, Trawaz? He's always going to be here, really. But let's go to our scientist. All right. This is Zoe Paklidu. All right. Good to know. We don't have the best naming conventions, I don't think. But you can go in here and change his name if you want. If you ever click on somebody, you could go right up here, click to edit, right? And you can put in any name you want. You can name him Strategy Gaming Dojo. Character untested, skills levels and traits unknown. He was just created, so we have no idea. Now it says transfer to a new location. That would be done here. There is no other location. He has to be on Trawaz. We have him on automated. So when there are other locations available, he will transfer there if we had it on automated just by the AI. I'm going to turn him to manual. Same as I'm going to do all the characters manually. So Zoe, as I'll call him, good old Zoe, our buddy, he is going to stay here. Why do we not have any other location? Well, we have to build research labs, and that's what you need for scientists. Now, you remember when we were doing the research tree, we saw research labs. It's like third in our queue now, right? I actually think before we get militaristic, we should go up here to energy deflector shields. So this gives us defense, right? So does armor plating. I'm going to bump research labs up here to the top. We're already a ways away, down the road here. It's going to take 3.48 years. That's why the game recommends you do it fourth, because it takes a while. That's a long one for now. Energy deflectors, you can see 2.3, 2.36 for the armor plating. Research labs are so important, and we're a research species, really. Yeah, I mean, that's our big advantage. We need to get these research labs going, and so let's bump that to the top. We get a plus 12 for that, and I think we should go ahead and get that going. All right. You can see the next one suggested is stable warp fields to go underneath here. What does that do? It makes our skip drive even better. How much better, though? Well, let's look. Hyperdrive speed 10K, jump range 3 million. Okay. What is this? This is hyperdrive speed 200K, jump range 120 million. That's not a misprint. We go from a jump range of 3 million to 120 million. So 40 times as far we can go out into space. I always think stable warp fields should certainly be early on, and we will pay the costs. We'll have to pay this, and some of these things we might not have, and we have to pay for. But I'll put stable warp fields right up here next. Okay. Now some may say, well, we're going to run into pirates if you've ever played this game before, and you want some energy deflectors for defense. I usually think that you can kind of fight the pirates off early on. I'm okay with that. Now the problem with stable warp fields is it's 7 years. So now I've just rethought that, and I'm going to put the defense up here, but I definitely want to get research labs going. Stable warp, we'll decide between armor plating and stable warp, but this allows you to start jumping into other solar systems, and so you want to get there, relatively quickly. So we've looked at our scientists. Let's dismiss that. We have a new construction ship completed. So let's go to that. That was the one we saw. And if we go up to construction and construction ships, both of these, this is saying leave the construction yard. We want to upgrade that one as well. So we're going to retrofit that so that they both have that stable, or the warp, I shouldn't say stable warp drive. That's the second one, right? So we're going to have that retrofit as well. And then it says build ships. Build 2 more exploration ships. So it wants us to have 4, our advisors do. I'm fine with that. And we've now got the warp fields so they can really get out there and moving. Now, until we have that stable, they're going to be mainly in our solar system. Maybe the solar system's just next to us a little bit, right? And let's back up. Have we really even gotten any information about any of them? No, we have not. Okay, moving back up here, I'm on this ship, and you can see how far it can move and move back with the amount of fuel it has now. When we get a hyperdrive on something, you'll see how much that will increase. It's a lot. It's a lot. New ship construction. Okay, we already saw that, and it's going to retrofit. Let's get moving. All right, now there's not a whole lot to do here until these get retrofitted. We can just go into our moon here, go down to the spaceport. You can see the other scout ship is coming in here to get its warp drive, and we'll wait until they move out of here, out of the docking bay. Oh, here comes that construction ship. Beautiful. And look at that gorgeous beast move out into space. Let's pause that really quick, and we'll go to the construction ship. And let's go to resources. Okay, here's a part of the game that we haven't really looked at yet. Supply, fuel, adequate 0, low 1. Okay. Construction, adequate 14, critical 2. Luxury 1. These are all about resources, and resources are spread all over the map. Um, the different locations that you explore, whether it be planets or moons or ruins or whatever you may run into in space. Asteroids, for instance, have a lot of steel or ore on them usually, and so there's something you're going to want to check out. With your exploration, you may think, "Oh, it's just an asteroid field." Well, you can find, uncovered or undiscovered big mine there or something like that. So you always want to explore your entire solar system, and then when you get into other ones, keep exploring. Now you'll see here resources. This shows you our shortage, okay? This shows you how much it costs to get that stuff. Caslon is arguably the most important resource in the game. It's a common gas that is a universal reactor fuel. It is found at gas giant worlds. Okay. What does that mean? Well, as I said in a previous episode, the way that movement, combat, everything in this game works is you have gas, okay? That is the fuel that gets turned into electricity, and the electricity powers everything, okay? I think it's called static energy, but just think of it as fuel creates electricity, electricity does everything. That's simplified, obviously, but that's the way I like to think about it. Caslon, very important. Mebnar for construction. It's a dense metal smelted from Mebnar ore. It has a dull, dark gray, almost black appearance. It's particularly useful for heavy shielding in reactors. So to have reactors, Mebnar is good for that. Cuprica, okay, shiny metal. We could go through all of these. I'll let you do that by yourself. But I just wanted to show you when you have a shortage, you want to get getting built where these things are. And how does that work? Well, mining locations. Arguably, when we started the game, we should have done this immediately when we had a construction ship. But, it's a tutorial. We weren't there yet. When you click on this button, it will show you every single place you could build a mining station and get mining going. As it is right now, only our home planet is available to us. That will change as we explore with our scout ships, right? So our scout ships will go out, they'll discover where there are certain resources, and then that stuff will pop up here. So you can sort this by priority, or if you're looking for a certain resource, you can sort here, right? And you can filter it out and say, we really need Caslon. Where can we get it? Hit on Caslon, and anything that you have scouted that has Caslon on it will pop up here. So Trawa our hometown. What do they have? They have Cassian crystals. They're a rare aqua blue gemstone. And that brings us to luxuries. And luxury resources are incredibly important for the development of your colonies. Okay, the more luxuries you can get, the happier your people are. Think of it as like culture in other 4X games. It gives you culture, really. They call it luxury goods and they call it development in this game, but it's the same idea. So Kazian crystals, we have Hyudal resin. Okay, I don't even know what the hell that is. It comes off the deep ocean floor. They secrete a resin, especially when exposed to ultraviolet light. What is it? It's extremely strong and must be exposed to high temperatures, and then it's shaped into delicate utensils and ornaments. It's highly prized. Okay, that is another luxury good, obviously. And then finally, we have polymers. Polymers are various types of plastics, usually produced from petroleum. They're used in electronic components in this game. Okay, so we have these three. So this is a mining location, and this is something, I mean, even though it's our home world, that we would likely like to mine, right? We would like to get this stuff. And so you see mining locations here, but we don't have a construction ship that's ready to go there yet. New mining locations, you can see that. Mining ships, those are the three that we've been talking about. And then fuel tankers. We'll get into fuel tankers later. So this construction ship is not backed out enough yet. So let's go ahead and hit play. And when it comes here, we've got it on manual. Oh, it's coming into retrofit. That's why it wouldn't let me mine yet. If we look at resources, we could look down here mining ships. There we go. So all three of them are unavailable. You see them in red. We're going to wait until one becomes available, and then I'm going to show you how I do mining in this game or how I keep track of it. Said another way. We have a new exploration ship. Okay. Great. So we've got, four of those now. If we go to exploration, and we've got a fifth on the way. Remember, we were building two. per our advisor's suggestions. You can see we have the sneaky renegade is coming around here to retrofit, but here are our scout ships. And now let's pause because the Surly expedition is ready to go. It's retrofitted. It came out here. You can see it's now showing not retrofitting. It's not red. It's, opaque. It is ready to get a mission. And we have this on manual. We have all of them on manual. And what do we want to do? Well, let's back up here. The obvious place to go here is our gas giant and this moon, right? But I'm going to do it a little more automated than that. So the Surly Expedition, you have different ways to automate this. You could fully automate it, you could auto explore, auto scout systems, or auto spy on enemies. So auto explore means it's just going to go out there and look for anything that it can, okay? You can have it auto scout just systems. It'll just scout this system, jump to the next one, jump to the next one. Or you can send it over to an enemy as well. We don't have any enemies yet. So I'm going to put this on auto explore. And now it's just going to go out and explore and find things. And now you can see we can jump a little bit further out here, right? We can go a little bit further with the Surly Expedition. I do want to make sure, aha, that had not retrofitted. I was wrong. I thought it had already come out of retrofit. My bad. Okay, well, let's keep going until we get a scout ship that has retrofitted. So it did not have a warp drive yet. So this actually wasn't further than it could go. It was the same as it was before. So okay, this one's now leaving the construction yard, the Weary Peril, which was our first one. And I'm now going to put this on Auto Explore. And when we let's go to the Weary. There it is. You can see its weapons range there. I've now got it on Auto Explore, and now you can see how far out it can go with the warp drive, right? It can jump out of our solar system if needed. And so that's what the power of the warp drive. One of our ships, the Weary Peril, has engaged its hyperdrive, allowing our Empire to travel faster than light. Distances that were previously took months to traverse can now be covered nearly instantly. Excellent. Let's go out to the Weary Peril and let's watch it hyper jump. Oh, there it goes. Where'd it go? Where's the Weary Peril? Let's go here again. Okay, and now you can see it's already over at the gas giant. So it jumped over here. You can see it there, and if we go down to it, you can see it's going to be sending little probes out. You can see them. They're like drones that are going out to explore this planet. I'm going to keep that on auto explore. And now so that Weary Peril is surveying Escalon 5. Indeed it is. This is retrofitting the Distant Horde. This could also not, okay, that cannot retrofit. I'm going to put that on Auto Explore, and it will go out and start exploring, whatever's close, whatever makes sense. This one's still retrofitting. This one's still retrofitting. This one is building. While that's going on, let's go over to resources and let's go to our mining ships. They're all still waiting to retrofit. But this ship just got built and it should have hyperdrive on it. How can you tell? Well, if we back up, you can see, no, it does not appear to. Okay, we're going to have to retrofit it? Yes, we are. I should have looked down there first. Okay, the Graceful Empress. This is still under construction. Okay, so we've still got those, or the mining ships, I should say, are still under. Let's go to construction ships. That's what I really wanted. Retrofit, retrofit, retrofit. So they're all still in retrofit. Okay. Let's go back and look at our explorer ship, the Weary Peril. It's still out here on the rings of our gas giant. It's going to take another, you can see there, 15, 14 seconds to fully have surveyed Escalon 5. And then it will automatically, because we have it, let's click on that again, because we have it here. Nope, not Escalon 5. I want the ship, the Weary Peril. Because we have ship automation auto explore, it will automatically move on to the next location. And now you can see message, new general appears. Oh, we have another XO, Zoe, Posari this time, has appeared at Trawas. So now we have a general for our fleets. We'll go look at him later. Discovery at Escalon 5. So when our scout ship came over here, you can see now this is green. Green check mark. We have now explored this. It is not habitable. Not really. It's 7% suitable. This half a star, not a very good restaurant, guys. But what does this have? It has got let's get on that. Let's go over here. It's got Caslon, Abundance, 89%. That's awesome. It's got Argon, Abundance, 74%. Hold on. Sorry about that. Wow, I had something go down the wrong pipe. That's what happens when you talk like you're an auctioneer. Okay, so let's get back to this. Escalon 5. This was the first place that we have now surveyed with the Weary Peril out here. And what we found were these things. And it'll pop up over here, or you can just go to the planet. Let's go here, though. We have discovered new resources at Escalon 5. Caslon is a common gas that is universal. Okay, we already knew that, so we'll dismiss that. We also found argon. It's an inert yellow gas that is typically used in weapon shielding and reactor components. Okay, great. Then we also found krypton. Wait a minute, is Superman out here? Potentially. It is used for weapon shielding and reactor components. Okay, great. And then finally, we have discovered hidden items. Interesting. They give us a bonus of plus 17% industrial research. So excellent. That's a really nice find, right? Plus 17%. That's really good. So we'll dismiss that. And you may say, well, how do we get that? Now, I may have said something that was a little confusing. I realized when I took that break there for a second. I was looking at mining and resources here. You do not control mining ships, right? You control exploration, scout ships, construction ships, and military ships. That's what you control. So we've got to get these construction ships out building things, and that's what we're going to do next. But they're all retrofitting now at the ancient Akdarian spaceport. When it comes to mining ships, civilians, once they know we've discovered something, will want us to build a lot of mining ships for them. They will independently operate those and come over here to Escalon 5 and start mining. But there's another way to mine that we actually do control, but we're going to get into that in just a second. So let's go ahead and start this up, get it going. You can see we're at 34% on research labs. It's going to be another 3.02 years. You can see our population has gone up, and we have a new ship here, a new scout ship. So show me where it is. There it is. And we're also going to, we've got that on auto explore. That's fine. If we go to all of our exploration ships, let's make sure auto explore, manually control. It's retrofitting right now. The pristine renegade. Let's go to that. Could we upgrade it? No, it's already been upgraded. So we'll put that on Auto Explore as well. Retrofit, okay. Survey. So now the Wary Peril is off to that little moon, Europe Miva. And you can just, once you have these on Auto Explore, they'll jump all over the galaxy. So let's go to the Weary Peril. It's still sitting here. Let's watch it jump, because I always think that's funny. Uh, funny or fun, depending on how you look at it. But let's watch this thing jump over to the little moon. Whoa, there it goes. And that's warp drive, my friends. And now it's going to start sending probes down to the moon, and we will see what we get. Let's go back to construction ships, though. We're still waiting on this to retrofit. Why has it not done that yet? Hurry up. Let's go. They're still in the dock, it appears. Here's that scout ship. And that's coming into retrofit. Okay, come out of the spaceport, peeps. This is the Surly Expedition. Let's go look at that. That's an exploration ship. No mission. All right, we're going to put that on Auto Explore. Leave the construction yard, and then we're going to put that on Auto Explore. So these were, in there in the docks at this point. Now the construction ships will hopefully start getting done. Now it says no mission. You never want that. Let's put it on Auto Explore, and now we're going to have them jumping all over. And when we do that, you can see their vector. So I was back here. You can see we're about to jump over here to Escalon 4. And there he goes. Look at him warping. When we get the better warp, the stable warp drives, they'll go even faster. But look at him go. And now we've got another one right behind it. And they're going to come out. Probably one of these is going to do the moon. The other one's going to do Escalon 4. But we really need those other warp drives, the better ones, to really get this going. Let's go back to construction ships. Leaving the construction yard. So we finally got one that's about retrofitted. When it gets here, we're going to pause and we're going to start finally building some things. All right, you got to let him, come out here. Now he's got no mission. So let's pause that, and the other two should be retrofitting the Lavish Splendor. And let's go to construction. Not there. Oh, duh. Okay, yeah. Okay, mining ships, again, these are all going to be civilian controlled. It's under construction. So these were waiting until the spaceport was free to build. Those are all civilian ships. Nothing we can do about that. What we want are mining locations. So we have one new one. We have one that was already here at Troyes. And if we go to Troyes, well, let's actually go here. So we go to Escalon 5. And you can see here, build mining stations. So this is a screen you're going to be looking at all the time because this is a very easy way to give this order. Instead of going to the construction ship and giving it all the orders here, instead you can go to new mining locations or just mining locations in general and just click here, build a mining station for 5,445 credits, and boom, it will build a mining station out there. Now, we don't control the mining station, it's a civilian location, but we build them. Okay, so click right there, and now this would tell it to cancel building, but now we've done that. Let's cancel that for a second, and let's go to the Lavish Splendor here for a second. And we can't retrofit. It's on manual. We could set the tactics, but we're not going to get into that yet. Usually the set the tactics I would do more on military vessels. I mean, that's really where you're concerned with, but you can give this, attack, do not engage, evade, evade. We want construction ships not fighting anything, right? Okay. Now let's say we wanted to do this manually, right? We've got our construction ship. If we right click here, it will head off to Escalon 5. Um, and so now we can see the Lavish Splendor is already building a mining station. So you can just right click on the destination and that construction ship will automatically know that you want a mining station built here, right? It's the only thing it can build here really until we have research labs. So boom, we just right click on that, or you can just come to this screen and you can cancel it or do what you will there. They'll be grayed out, and then you can click on them, and automatically a construction ship, one of them, whichever one you want, will go out and build it. Okay, let's keep going. So we'll watch him warp across here. Well, there goes another survey ship, I think. And you can see Lavish Splendor is building a mining station. We're still on Escalon 5, waiting for it to warp over here. It's taking a second. It's got to build up a little bit of steam here before it goes off into warp. Pause that. Is he coming back into retrofit? I thought it said we didn't have that. Is he gonna jump right through the space station? God, I hope that doesn't happen. Oh, I think he's getting some fuel. Maybe that's what he's up to. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, my bad. See this here, cargo on the ship? He came into the spaceport. I forgot about that. Sorry. He came into the spaceport to get everything it's going to take to build the mining station. So we need some cuprica, some krypton, some silicon, necros, and steel. So the construction ships always come back to the spaceports to get what they need. My bad. Okay. So he's doing that, and then he'll warp over there and build our mining station. Meanwhile, we've made some discoveries over here at Urpiva. Is that what it is? Urpamiva, maybe. It's the Weary Peril again. He's doing a great job, and he has found that Urpamiva has a number of resources. And here we are at new mining locations again. We could click this, build a mining station. Yes, that's what we want to do. So he's going to be building a mining station, or one of our construction ships will. What do we have over here? Mebnar, and it's in red because we currently have a shortage of this. So it tells you, you've got a shortage of this. You want to build a mining station here almost certainly. Kuprika, okay, and Aculon. We haven't seen that one before, have we? Aculan ore is found on volcanic and rocky metallic worlds. Okay, and you could go read what they're good for. We also get this over here, the same pop-ups, but now we've clicked to say, generally speaking, we want a construction ship to go over here and start building a mining station. It's kind of the most important thing you can do in this game. So we've got the Lavish Splendor headed to Ascalon 5. So if you want a particular ship to go to a place, right-click on it. Otherwise, come to this screen and do it. Now, we can't mine our home planet. That's automatically mined, and so sorry if I confused you on that one. Play. Okay, and we're going to wait for this construction ship to come out of here. It's now got a full load. If we click on it, I believe. And you can always go down here and check to make sure they're the latest design. The only thing we have is the warp drive now. Sneaky Renegade is out here. It's already been retrofitted. We only have two places where we could build mining stations right now, and we don't have research labs done yet, so we can't build research labs yet. So really all they're going to be doing is building mining stations. Let's back up, and we can see that we're down here at Ascalon 4. We have a number. Oh, this is an asteroid field around here. This is Ascalon 4. This is its moon Okran, and you can see our survey ships are moving around here surveying the asteroids. We may find some steel or other good resources there. Now you can see the construction ship was warping over here. There it goes to Ascalon 5, and it's going to start building this mining station. And when it does that, like I said, and we can watch it do that, when it builds this mining station, that will be crewed by civilians. Cargo ships will go back and forth to it. So if you think about mining, there are specialized mining ships that come here and mine, or there are mining stations, which is what we're building. They do the mining, and then cargo ships go to them to pick it up. And now you can see it's going to start building a mining station here around Ascalon 5, our construction ship. That's what they do. You can see under construction 5%, 6%, so forth. Now let's see, now that we've discovered this, we told the next construction ship that we want you to come over to your Primiva. What did we find here? Discovery at Trawas. Okay, cool. So on our home planet, we actually made another discovery. Zucantar is a potent perfume distilled partly from an exotic type of deep ocean seaweed. The seaweed is purple in color. Okay, this is the important part. Zucantar provides the following bonuses: plus 9% colony development. This is a luxury good, and they're very, very important for your colony development. And I think it's a good time then to look at colonies. So let's come over here and look at our colonies. Hold on, there they are. Colonies, Trawas. Okay, now we can learn everything about Trawas. The name, it's Agdarian, it's a deep ocean moon. Our people are +6, and as we go along here, we'll talk more. When you first start out, you don't have to worry as much about planetary or colony happiness, and you don't have to worry as much about your tax rates, things like that. Leave those automated, and the game does a good job of kind of figuring that out at the start. As you get deeper and deeper into the game, though, you are going to worry about these kind of things, because planets can, or colony, I should call them colonies, they can rebel against you, If they're not happy, this will also slow down your growth. It can have all kinds of negative effects, right? The next thing here is colony development. And if we click on Trawas down here, you can also get a lot of this stuff. So unknown items present. So we still need to survey at a higher level. So when we get better survey ships, we'll need to look at our home planet once again. Then you see colony development down here. 40% from population, plus 6% from other items, 12% from resources. Okay, what are those other items? Well, they're luxury goods. And so every time we find a luxury good, that one was a plus 6%. Um, no, it wasn't. I'm sorry. Plus 6% from other items. Those were those ancient ruins that we found early on. The plus 12% from resources, those are the luxury goods. And so if you have a luxury good somewhere, that helps with your colony development. We can also see here the corruption score, and your corruption. It can really affect how much in taxes, how happy your population is, etc. Then you can see the revenue and tax income here. You can see the population. It will come about that you'll have other peoples that want to move into your empire. And so it's not always going to be Actarian, right? And that could make a difference. You have the population policy. Right now, we have that set on assimilate, meaning we accept this race for migration to this colony. Well, of course we do. They're Actarians. Any other Actarians that want to come here can come here based on our population policy. Down here, we have the different resources, Kazian crystals, we have the resin, we have the Zucantar, which is giving us a +9 colony development. And then we have polymers. Okay, facilities, we have the Undersea Ruins, and you can see we are building up some troops here. Now, I automated this. Okay, location bonuses. You can see, you can read through here of the different bonuses we have here at Trawas, and you can see all of our different empire bonuses. So these are all of the bonuses we have here in the game, and it shows you the exact reason from our leader to just being Actarian, etc. So that, with colonies, let's just read through here really quickly. Colonies are populated worlds in your empire. They provide most of the wealth and income for your empire, and you take a portion of that income by taxing them. Over time, colonies grow in both population and development level. Larger, more developed colonies provide higher income. To grow your colonies faster and have them develop more, you should work to keep the population happy, okay, as well as providing them with abundant construction and luxury resources. You can also accelerate colony growth by allocating funding in the funding level screen. We will get to that next episode as far as down our empire screen, that one that I was on to begin with, but we're over here at colonies. The colony list, it lists all of our colonized worlds. When zoomed out to the galaxy or system level, the colony locations are highlighted on the map. Again, if we're on this and we zoom out, it will show every colony that we can control over the map, or we do control over the map. So let's go back to Trawaz. Um, it shows the population level, the approval rate, the development level, and the tax income from each colony. So you can see all of that here. Clicking on the colony list will select the colony. Okay. The colony detail panel provides a complete summary of your colony. It has an expanded set of options for managing it. The top section shows the development and economy of the colony up here. Using the buttons below this section, you can change the tax rate, decide to automate different areas of your colony. You can also assign a specific army template that determines the kind of defensive troop garrison. The population shows all of the different races, the reproduction rate, and the assimilation level. So, I mean, there's a lot going on here, right? Troops and characters, that's what we're looking at down here. If you have true characters here, our leader, Vas Sarafu, is here. We also have the scientist Zo Paklidu and General Zo Pasari is here. We also have the 6th Defender Brigade, a garrison unit that is here. And we'll talk more about infantry troops later. But you can see all the different characters and troops. You can see the facilities. This, again, is your population growth rate, assimilation amount, 100%. so on and so forth. You can recruit new troops using the buttons below this. So down here, you can do that. Planetary Facilities, you can check those out. Construction shows any ships or bases currently under construction. Okay, well, that was a lot, right? I mean, there's a lot going on here, but early on, you don't really need to know a whole lot about this. I'll say, research shortages. All right, well, we've got a research shortage. You can also stockpile things. Again, early on, this is not the kind of stuff you have to focus on. What you want to focus on is development. And the big part of that is going out and finding these luxury goods that can get shipped back to your home planet and up its development. Okay? Next, new colonies. List any new colonies we have, of course. Colony ships. That's how you settle new colonies. Planetary facilities. We already talked about the Undersea Ruins. And then artifacts. So you can find some artifacts. This just says, we've only got one colony. It's satisfied. Okay, excellent. One colony, one system, 2126 in population. That's in billions. Okay. We'll be talking more about that as we go along. Don't get overwhelmed by it. I mean, ultimately, you could come here and build a new ship and a base because Troyes has a construction yard. You can set the level of automation, the army template, the population policy, so on and so forth. You could build facilities, but we have not researched any facilities yet. We could manage troops and we could decrease the tax rate or increase the tax rate. As you can see, the game has it set at 20%. I think that's the default level for republics. So if you pick a republic, 20% is right around where your population is going to be okay with it. Of course, the more you lower it, here, decrease tax rate, we can lower it. Oh, increase. Oh, it's at 19%, right? It says decrease tax rate at Troyes to 18% or increase it to 20%. So it was set on 19%. I think 20% is considered equilibrium for a republic, and so that's why we have this slight happiness. And you can look here. Now it says the current tax rate's too high, negative 17, but if we bumped this up above 20%, it would go even further, and our inhabitants would no longer be satisfied. But you can go over here. It says they're a +6. Why is that? It's the empire's capital. They have a high quality environment, recreation facilities. So these are all things that you can also build, like those recreation facilities. And our colony is developing. Our corruption rate reduces our happiness, -1. Now, we will be able to build administration buildings, which will get rid of some of that corruption eventually. The current tax rate is too high, -17. So when I said equilibrium, I think what I'm really saying there is that, if we bump this up to, let's say, 25%, that would make this 6 go negative, right? Okay, makes sense. Let's resume. And let's go see how our mining station's going over here at the big home planet that our home moon revolves around. And you can see the little drones are going out and putting the pieces on this mining ship, or mining station, I should say. Let's see if the civilians have sent any mining ships over here. They have not yet. They're probably waiting to get warp drive because it's kind of fruitless to go over there until you have warp drive. Okay, what did we find here? Discovery at PL175. Show me. So one of these asteroids around Ascalon 4 has some steel on it. And you can see here, it's not much though. The abundance is 4%. We're not going to worry about that, but I will show you if we go to mining here, mining locations, new mining locations, you can now see some of these asteroids are popping up as we're discovering them, as we're surveying them, they're popping up here. None of these are really worth building a mining station around. Now, if the civilians want to come out here with a mining ship and harvest that, that's fine. But I usually would say anything below 20% is not really worth building a mining station because your upkeep is going to be more expensive than what you're actually getting out of the asteroid, right? So, you know, 20%, that's a real rough estimate, right? It's probably early game, it's probably a little bit higher than that because, until you've really surveyed your entire system, every one of these planets is usually going to have something kind of like this breakdown. So Urpamiva, let's go to Urpamiva. Mining station queued to build here. Okay, and that's what that is. This construction ship Lavish Splendor is still building that mining station at Ascalon 5. That looks good. I think next time we'll get into money. We have no need for negotiation yet. We do have that new general that came in, and we'll just keep that automated for now. We'll keep him automated, and we'll do the same with the scientist. That's fine. Uh, Excellent. New mining station constructed. The construction of our first mining station allows us to gather large quantities of valuable resources for use in powering the economy of our homeworld. Our freighters will soon begin traveling to this new mining station, returning its resources to our homeworld. Okay? We should keep building more. Well, I plan on it. Dismiss. So let's pause very quickly now. And if we go to mining, these are the potential new mining locations. Again, these three we don't really care about. Mining locations. These are the ones we have. We're already mining our homeworld of Trawaz. That just happens automatically. I was wrong about that. We don't have to build a mining station there. It happens automatically. But now we have the Ascalon 5 mining station. So again, early game, what are you controlling? Exploration. And you turn I turn all my scout ships onto auto explore and I just let them go. Um, and so you control that. You control construction ships. Well, you see how those work now. We send them out where there are resources and we build mining stations. That's it, though. You don't have to build the cargo ships. Well, let's put it this way. You don't have to give orders to build the cargo ships or any independent mining ships. The civilians will put those orders in. They will automatically be built after our state ships are built. Uh, Ship construction, you do control that, and you will get advisor suggestions over here. But let's just say that you want to do even more scouting. You may just put them in the queue at the construction yards. So you go to the construction yards. We're not currently building any ships right now in either place. So if we go to the Ancient Agdarian Spaceport, you see down here, build new shipper base. Trawaz, build new shipper base. These are our two construction yards. This one has two on it. So we have three construction yards. Um, but other than that, you control your research, you control building the mining stations, you control the exploration, but that's how you kind of just get it going and get it started. And as you start doing these things, it will just become second nature of what needs to come next. So let's keep playing along here, and we're hovering over Trawaz. I think I'll probably call this an episode when we get into 2756. We're almost 2 years in. When we come back next time, we're going to look at cash credit. It says cash, but it's credits. Why that cash flow is what it is. See if there's anything else we need to build. You can see research labs in a little over 2 years. We can put our scientist on one of those, and that will really bump up our research speed. I'm doing it a little bit earlier than suggested because that's what we're really good at as Actarians. Okay? Hopefully you're enjoying this. Hey, we got a spy. All right. Well, we'll check out our spy. Check out his cool shades there. He's got a monocle, guys. He's got a monocle. But we'll check him out next time. This has been Strategy Gaming Dojo. Have a good one.